So we've talked about equations where you might want to square both sides in order to simplify the problem. But we haven't tried any yet. We tried a situation where you don't really need to square both sides just to see what happened, but we haven't looked at any where it would be really advantageous. So let's look at this. This is an equation. I want to know for what values of x is this equation satisfied. Find all solutions where this left-hand side equals the right. So, if the left equals the right, then the square of the left had better equal the square of the right, of course. So let's try squaring both of these sides. If I square the left, I get x plus 2. If I square the right, I get x squared. And I could move everything over to the right to get that. And I could look to see if there's any equations in the integers. And hopefully there will be. Well, with a 2 here, I'm going to want a 1 and a 2. And I'm going to want some combination of 1 and 2 together, plus or minus each of these. That gives me minus 1. Well, if I subtract the 2 and add the 1, minus 2x plus 1x gives me minus x. So that's what I get. I know that this product is 0, if and only if one of these two pieces is 0. So I know that x plus 1 equals 0, or x minus 2 equals 0. So that tells me x equals minus 1, or x equals 2. Or is it? Maybe, since we squared both sides of the equation, just like last time, one of the solutions we created might not work. So let's think about it. If I plug the 2 in here, what happens? I get square root of 4 equals 2. Perfect. Square root of 4 does equal 2. But what if I plug the negative 1 in here? Let's think about that. I would get square root of minus 1 plus 2 equals minus 1. Or root 1 equals minus 1. So what happened here? Well, after I've squared both sides, what I'm looking at is I'm looking at situations where the square of the left equals the square of the right. And in this situation, the square of the left most definitely does equal the square of the right. Right? Root 1 is equal to 1. So, square root of 1 squared is equal to 1 squared. So this is a solution to left-hand side squared equals right-hand side squared, but that's not what we wanted. What we wanted is the left-hand side equal to the right-hand side. Whenever you square both sides of an equation, you may be creating solutions that aren't really there in the original equation. In this case, what do we do to fix this? We just cross that out, and now we have our answer, x equals 2. We'll look at more examples like this coming up.